Do you want to be powerful? Then you must kill the weak version of you today. Because the man you used to be, he's dragging you down. He's the voice that says tomorrow. He's the excuses. He's the fear in your bones. You can't become stronger while holding him close. You can't rise while you carry his weight. You must refuse his commands. But here's what most don't see. That weak self whispers, "You're doing enough." It praises your rest. It justifies your breaks. He hides behind fatigue. He cloaks himself in martyrdom. Too tired today. Need rest to perform. Those aren't truths. They're his tools to keep you safe, to keep you small. But you're done with being small. You're done with being weak. You're done apologizing for your greatness. So today, you draw the line. You decide who lives. You decide who dies. And in that decision, you begin rebirth. Now comment this to commit. Weakness ends now. Subscribe now. Power like this doesn't come twice. You feel resistance? Good. That's the signal you're getting close. Because the weak self doesn't fight you when you're losing. He only shows up when you're rising. That discomfort in your chest, that urge to quit, it's not your body, it's your old identity dying. And it's supposed to hurt, because you're killing something that lived in you for years. Procrastination, self-doubt, laziness. You don't destroy those quietly. You tear them out with discipline, with consistency, with the choice to move, especially when it hurts. Every second you resist the comfort, you build the man you were meant to be. Not in motivation, not in hype, but in relentless, silent war. No one sees it, but you feel it. And one day, they'll feel you. Now lock it in. Comment this below. Comfort is the enemy. Every time you say no to your weakness, you say yes to the man you're becoming. But understand this, your weak self is clever. He wears many masks, comfort, excuses, distractions. He tells you just once. You deserve a break. No one's watching. And every time you listen, you feed the part of you you're trying to kill. So you must become ruthless, relentless, disciplined. You don't rise by being soft. You rise by rejecting what keeps you average. Discipline is not punishment. It's permission. Permission to evolve, to dominate, to build without apology. You want results? Then become someone who doesn't skip steps. Become someone who does the work when it's invisible, when it's boring, when it's brutal, because that's where the transformation happens. Not when you feel like it, but when you do it anyway. Now lock this in. Comment it below. Discipline is freedom. If this hits your soul, like the video, that's how warriors respond. Your weak self wants options. Your strong self makes decisions. And right now, you have a decision to make. Keep feeding your comfort or build your legacy. Because nothing is promised. Not time, not opportunities, not a second chance. You don't rise by waiting. You rise by acting, by cutting off escape routes, by burning the old version of you and refusing to go back. You don't need more motivation. You need structure. You need rules. You need a code you live by. Discipline is that code. It gives you clarity when emotions lie. It gives you control when chaos hits, and it gives you power, because while others react, you move with purpose. That's how great men are built, not by luck, but by choosing the hard path again and again until it becomes who they are. Now drop this in the comments. No more options, only purpose. That voice in your head, the one telling you to rest, telling you it's okay to quit, that's not your friend. That's the version of you that loses. That's the part of you that wants to stay small. You think you're tired? No, you're just undisciplined. You're just not used to moving without a reason. But warriors don't wait for feelings. They move with intention. They operate by design. The weak wait for inspiration. The strong create rituals. The weak negotiate with their pain. The strong use it as fuel. You've got a routine? Good. Now make it unbreakable. Train when you're tired. Focus when you're distracted. Work when it hurts, because that's when it matters most. Discipline isn't just what you do when it's easy. It's what you do when every part of you says stop, and you do it anyway. Drop this in the comments. Feelings lie. Discipline decides. Tap the bell to stay sharp. Every drop of power is in the next video. The reason most people stay weak isn't lack of talent. It's because they let comfort wrap around them like chains. They chase ease, not greatness. They want change, but they avoid the pain that comes with it. Growth is a violent process. It shatters your limits. It rips apart who you were and forces you to rebuild into someone you've never been before. When you avoid discomfort, you avoid evolution. When you choose laziness, you postpone your power. There's no growth in comfort. There's no strength in escape. You don't need more advice. You need structure, discipline, a brutal, honest plan that you follow whether it hurts or not. Start simple. Wake up when you say you will. Train when your mind screams no. Work when nobody's watching. Win when no one claps. These are the bricks of greatness, built quietly, stacked daily. You're not here to impress anyone. You're here to outgrow your excuses, to make sure the weaker version of you never wakes up again. Bury him, silence him, replace him with action. Now comment, no more comfort. You were not born to stay broken. You were not built for excuses. Inside you, there's a version that doesn't back down, a version that gets up after getting crushed, a version that learns from every scar, every loss, every moment of pain. You've felt it before, that fire deep inside that whispers, not this time, not again. It's the voice of the man you're meant to become, the one who refuses to quit, the one who fights through the storm with cold focus. But he doesn't just show up. You build him, one brutal day at a time, by crushing weakness, by repeating the habits that make you harder to break, by showing discipline even when the world gives you every excuse not to. Every setback has been preparing you. Every failure was part of the sharpening. You're not starting from zero. You're rising from experience. With more pain comes more power. Don't wait for motivation. Become the reason others push harder. Be the proof that pain doesn't stop purpose. Let your story be a weapon. Don't miss the next video. I'll show you techniques to build elite discipline and silent power methods no one talks about. Techniques that make you unshakable. There's a reason your old self keeps trying to come back. It hates the new you, the one who shows up, who trains, who rises in silence, because that weak version knows its time is almost up. But it's clever. It whispers lies. You've done enough. Rest now. You're different. You don't need to prove anything. That's the voice of decay. It doesn't scream. It seduces. And every time you listen, you slip back. The war isn't loud. It's quiet. It's fought in routines, in decisions, in what you do when no one's watching. You don't need more information. You need repetition. You need pressure. You need pain. Because pain reveals the truth. Are you faking change or becoming it? Your weak self doesn't die in one day. You have to kill it every time it shows up. Every time it opens its mouth, you answer with action, discipline, execution, repeat. This is not motivation. This is war. And only the strong rewrite their story. Now tell me this, and be honest. When your weak self speaks again, will you obey, or will you finish what you started?